Hello.
Hi.
By the way, it's really good to see you again. I think last time I saw you was
Likewise.
in Frankfurt.
You weren't in ECC. You weren't in Brussels.
You were a cow, right?
Did it bring more people than it would bring maybe in other cases?
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
to
Like
you?
the whole goal was to get people to do self-custodial payments on Ethereum with like Daimo, and Daimo is just as easy as using something like PayPal. Though the issue you have on the back end is where can you actually spend stablecoins? Who can you
Mhm.
send it to? So like there's a bunch of stuff that you can't really do with stables unless you also give them a credit card that then just deducts from those like USDC from that USDC account. But generally, like it brought a lot of people to use Daimo, and I had a lot of fun conversations because like one side was the EthCC exit, and the other side was a touristy side with some cafes and whatever, and so people mixed. So I was also as a cow on the touristy side as well, and there was like half tourists, half ECC people, and the tourists also are always like "Invash, Invash, Invash," and I was like, okay, yeah, I know a little bit of French. That means a cow. And then I went up to them, and some onboarded to Daimo, and some just wanted to take pictures with their kids. There was like one or two funny guys who came up and were like, "Oh, can I milk you? Can I milk you?" And I was like, "Try."
Inappropriate.
So yeah, there was one or two French guys that were funny.
But why call?
Because well, first Daimo had a cash cow frame a couple of months ago when frames came out, and the Daimo wordplay is really fun. Yeah.
Kind of seems a bit like an insider joke for Farcaster people.
Not
But it's
even most probably don't remember. It's an insider joke for the Daimo team.
but yeah, was it successful? And you were also doing it with your so you were kind of working for Daimo, but you were also doing the content for Daimo in this sense, right? With the
Yes,
company.
yes, right. So Hoops was doing all the video production work. So Darius was leading that and doing all the video stuff, while I was just the mascot. So technically, from like a Hoop company perspective, it could have also been anyone in a cow costume or any kind of conference work that we would have done with Darius. But it just ended up happening that I was in the cow costume because it just made most sense. Like I can answer the questions about Daimo, and then the team is still free to roam around and take meetings and do regular ECC work. Well, actually, like a lot of Hannah's time was spent supporting me with the cow and making sure that the QR codes work, making sure that we have stuff to hand out and all that. While Naline's time was spent giving a talk and sometimes fixing technical issues. Like sometimes the API just was like, oh no, we think you're not actually a human. When people tried the onboarding code, and then they had to fix it because the people were already in the app but didn't get $10, and the whole spiel was like, oh yeah, scan this like, QR code and you get $10 to onboard people.
Cool testing MVP like directly in the field.
Yeah, for me, the most interesting was seeing the objections people have. Like, what people are willing to do, what people aren't willing to do. Because you have them in person, they will tell you. Like, it's not like online, where online you just see the number, a drop-off percentage, and then you have to figure out why do they drop off. And especially for onboarding in person, you really see the pain point. Because you can just directly ask them, and they will tell you, like, oh, this is too difficult, or no, I don't want another app, or what can I do with it, where can I send the 10 USDC? And like some tourists came up and like they just wanted the cupcakes that we were handing out. So they didn't even care about mobile app whatever $10. The only tourist that cared about the $10 instead of the cupcakes was one girl because she could justify getting $10 to her boyfriend who said, you didn't just stand here for 5 to 10 minutes because you didn't figure out how to download this stupid app to get a cupcake, right? And she was like, no, I also got $10. So, but then obviously she doesn't know where to send USDC and how to work with the USDC. So
Yeah, like what are the next steps? But it's like basically your user testing, like where you can see what people are doing, what they see in the app, like
yes,
where they're looking. Do they even see the button that you want them to click?
yeah, that is really good about Daimo already, where there's not a lot of stuff in the app that you just would drop out of or don't understand. For Android, that was interesting because the team is only using iOS personally as like their personal devices. And for the Android, you don't have this Face ID logo where you have a face and then some like bracket around it.
Yeah.
You need to have a fingerprint logo because Android shows fingerprint logo for like Touch ID and any kind of biometric authentication. So the Android people were confused. Do I need to scan my face? And they were ready to hold up their phone and expecting the camera to open. While it's just, and then they were like, oh, I have to enter my PIN. Like they were totally confused about that because they didn't know Face ID. So that is one thing where, depending on the platform, they want to change that now. One other thing was they had usernames where you couldn't start with a 0, and a lot of crypto people tried entering 0x something, or 0x something, and usernames can only be lowercase, so only small letters. And some people tried big letters, and it just was a valid username if it would be lowercase, but then they were prompted like, oh, you can't, you have to change username. Some people, I had to manually tell, just type it out again. They would have dropped if it was online. So just let them pass. Just lowercase it yourself, and just don't even show them that it's lowercase, and just make them go into the app, and you would have gotten those kind of people as well. So it was fun learnings.
Making a new password for an app, and then there should be the requirements for the password be shown on the screen before you actually start creating a password. Yes. Sometimes it's like, oh no, please go back and create one with an uppercase letter. Please go back and like
click
include a
save.
number.
And then when you click save, it just like deletes all the information.
From the in-person, I can tell you 50% of people will not try to enter a new password. It's that bad in the sense that how drop-off rates were. Like if people experienced it, they were ready to put their phone away, basically. So like those small things is what doesn't make or break the app per se, or doesn't make the onboarding not work, but it makes conversions really, really difficult.
Like if you see the benefit and you're already onboarded to the idea, there's not much convincing needed. But if you want to make it available for everyone, so like it just needs to be smooth.
Yeah, and that like crypto people were supplied, like 2 or 3, 4 or 5 people came up to me the day after or like an hour after because they saw the cow again, right? Like it was easy to spot me. And they came up and were like, oh, this onboarding experience is like really, really easy. It's really, really good. And they complimented that. And going out of the way to do that says like it is really good. Though those small things still make sure that people don't go through, especially if it's like online or they do it later or whatever. So yeah, then as I said, the main challenge is, well, okay, where can you send and spend USDC? Like if I'm walking around in Zurich here, I can't spend USDC. If I'm walking around EthCC even, I can't spend USDC. Like even the crypto conference, I may be able to buy my ticket with it. Base Cafe, I could buy a coffee with it if like Daimo integrates this Coinbase wallet QR code, but
I think sometimes people like I was asking a bit different question, but then I also saw like G-Money made a post on how can I send like $5 to someone? I have crypto, but and then people were giving like different options, but then it was like, oh, it's so easy to create the account, let's say the Coinbase wallet and stuff. Okay, they can
Daimo
create the account, but what about the next steps?
Yeah, like the hardest thing is often on-ramping. Because you still need to go get out of crypto and into crypto, because we as crypto people haven't figured out fully how to just stay in crypto and make everyone just accept it, because that network effect isn't there. So one thing people have asked about Daimo is just give us a QR, like a credit card, where I'm setting a USDC allowance so that it's like a prepaid card, or give it an unlimited allowance, and then it's also just whatever is on your account, and then it auto deducts. And then you could walk around every kind of venue and just pay via like your usual card.
That was my point.
Would work. Yeah. And getting money out. The next version of Daimo is gonna have direct debit from your bank account into Daimo if you want to top it up, or out of Daimo to your bank account again, so that it's just like Venmo or PayPal, where in like a couple of clicks you can get your money out. Which right now they're reliant on like either you sending directly to that wallet, but then you can also send the USDC directly, or going through an exchange and onboarding through Binance or Coinbase. And they say like it's 50-50 split between Coinbase and Binance, what people use, and they actually have that Binance integration, which is cool. But it's just not easy for regular people, because how much friction is it to create an exchange account? If you don't have it,
personally, like I can't use the Coinbase because they can't verify me. They have only like from my country, like I'm from Georgia, and they have only the driving license. Okay, I have a driving license. I'm trying to upload it, and they're like try to re-upload, and it's like never goes through. So I can't use the Coinbase. So I have only Binance, and every time I want to kind of take money out, and then my bank accounts, they're not working directly with the Binance or any crypto platform, so you can't do this directly through one. So I have go to the peer-to-peer markets. So it takes me from 30 minutes to an hour to take my money out. And it's so annoying. Like,
And you already have an account. You're not talking about the 1 or 2 hours, maybe a couple of days until verification is done to get you an account, right?
yeah, like, yeah, I already have an account on Binance, thank God. So annoying. And me as a user makes me want like to have something as simple as, when on a credit card or like on bank accounts, you have whatever currency you have. And then it makes its conversions automatically. If you go, let's say, to the UK and you don't have pounds, but whatever you have is going to be converted, right? I want something like that. I will have crypto. I pay with my phone, whatever my wallet. I just tap it. Nobody gives a fuck. And I just pay whatever the currency is local. That's what
That is what the Daimo team says they're moving towards. I'm really hoping they make it happen because their core ethos below is actual self-custody. So they never have the funds. It's only you having them. They prompt you to create backups, but technically if you don't create backups, then you are at the mercy of self-custody, meaning your own fuck up. But yeah.
It was great with this one time we had the Bright Moments event in Paris, where they had also the base cafe. Like, you get $5 if you download Coinbase wallet for those who didn't have it. And there was actually no other way to pay. So you had to do it this way.
Which also means a lot of people don't do it.
But I actually, like, this is a crypto-centric event. I mean, it's like all on-chain art. It should be on-chain payments. And if you go to this event, even if you're someone who is not from the crypto space, if you're curious, then make an effort and try to embrace it a little bit, just out of curiosity. And you can delete it after if you don't want it. But I know this is not how people work. People are lazy.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's one more app. And for crypto people, the usual thing, like a bunch of them were like, no, I'm not downloading an app. And another were, is it just another wallet? Like, why is this what I need instead of just using my regular wallet? And Coinbase, like the base cafe, this time actually supposedly worked with other wallets. They had your wallet connect for some stupid reason and just go through all of that. So there was a lot of friction if you didn't want to use Coinbase wallet, but you could this time. Whereas most other times that I tried it, that's why I ignored it this time. You had to have Coinbase wallet, and I just don't like the application as much. So it's too cluttered. Like if I, like you said, Taco, it's like I just want my payments. This is what I use my wallet for. Maybe I want to connect it to an app and use the private key to sign transactions or do whatever. I don't want all of your notifications, price feeds. Here's this social, try this thing, mint this thing. I know that's how they're gonna make money with Coinbase Wallet, but it's not what I want. Give me a wallet, like my physical wallet. Like my physical wallet is holding my cards. I can take my cards out, and I can take my cash
annoying.
out.
Yeah, you can give it to me.
Yeah. Like that's all I want to do. I don't want to have my wallet show me that what the weather is like or whatever. My phone already does that, and my phone also has a wallet if I don't want to get my cards out.
And it's kind of a mix of like a necessity, a social thing, and a trading app. And
that's what Coinbase Wallet is. Yep.
Have you seen Nounspace,
Nope.
where you can customize your feed?
Same as the feed, but actually the UI.
Yeah.
You can bring different screens into one screen the way you want it.
Yes, imagine something like this also for wallets, because
like disabling things. I want to disable things in my wallet.
Yes.
I want to not have something like notifications. Like
that's why like for like MetaMask and Rainbow to me are the two that I prefer. Or like I haven't tried a bunch of app wallets because either one of those two works. Like I have one on one phone, one on the other phone, and either one of them will work eventually. So like that is all, but that's all they do, and I don't need anything else. I know Rainbow has suggested stuff and whatever, but they don't push notification me every single stupid day. They push notification occasionally, which then I can just swipe it away. While Coinbase, like they sent me 3-4 push notifications a day, and then my solution was just uninstall the app because that was the easiest way for me to get rid of the push notifications.
I usually just like go into the app and I disable all notifications from the beginning.
But then you need some notifications, and then you need to configure it, right? Like if I'm going through like notifications, where's one I can show? Okay, no, this is my. Okay, I don't really have a good notification on my home screen I can show. Okay, yeah, I can. Like if I'm pressing in on this notification, then it just doesn't allow me to disable them. I would need to swipe right, and then let's swipe left. I have cleared it. I would have to swipe just a little bit, options, whatever. It's easier for me to go to my home screen delete the app.
Yep.
Another example of the user experience.
Same.
Like the path of least friction has to be the path that you intend the user to take. It's like with the Daimo onboarding. If you want the user to input a username and they input the correct username, like lowercase whatever, press it. Like you said with passwords, if there's no zero at this or no number at the start, tell me. Because the path of least friction will be I will enter the username I want and then I will be just dropping out because I can't figure out how to get the username I want. This is like instant frustration. If you frustrate the user before he's already had a magic moment, then what are you doing? Like you need to get the user to this like wow, instantly as possible. So
music to my ears as a product designer.
yeah, but like many people are just like, oh yeah, I'm testing it. I already know that I just want to enter like A, B, C, D, E, F as my username, and then it works. That's all the testing done.